Hello, and welcome to Soulfessions. I'm your host, Molly Ray. To live a life full of joy, happiness, and connection, to connect with our most authentic self, we must be willing to confess where we are in life. I have worked through many traumatic life events, including giving birth to twins 3 months early. My healing began when I was ready to confess exactly how I was feeling and the work I needed to do to release the pain. I honored my feelings and used my loving connection with music in the healing process. Join me as I speak honestly about my journey and how you can begin your journey of healing and finding joy. It all starts with a Soulfession. Hello, it's Molly. Thank you so much for tuning into the new podcast, Soulfessions. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is a Soulfession? And this word came to me one day as I was reaching out for help and support. And as I thought about how I wanted to reach out for help and support, I was in a place in my life where things just weren't working in the way that I wanted them to. I had this vision in my mind of what I wanted my life to feel like and look like. But it just wasn't working out that way. And I just was not sure what to do. I'm one of those people that really struggles to ask for help. It is something that I have been overcoming for years. And part of the reason why I've had such a hard time asking for help is due to the fact that I sort of came into the world with this expectation that I was going to fix things. And the first thing I was going to fix was apparently my parents' marriage. Having me was going to fix that. And quite frankly, as I took on that role as the fixer and caregiver, I didn't know any different. So that role continued with me into adulthood. I have been so good my whole life at always being there for people. If someone needs something from me, I literally will drop everything I'm doing to go help that person. Or if someone needs emotional support, I will do whatever I need to do to make that happen so I can be there for that person. And don't get me wrong, I love being able to support people. It is part of who I am, is being able to lend an ear or give sound advice when it's asked for, or just help people see a different perspective of life so that they can move forward in the way that they want to. I kind of feel like I've been a therapist my whole life. And this is probably a big reason why I got into teaching. Teaching has always been incredibly comfortable for me. I love teaching music privately, which is something that I've been doing for 15 years now. And part of the reason why I love it so much is because I feel as though I am much more beyond just a private music teacher. For me, music has such an amazing way of healing. It has such an amazing way of allowing a person to sit down and listen to music or play music or sing, where it can transform you into a whole nother place. Music has such a beautiful way of healing the heart and soul. And it's been the thing that's been in my life forever. I've been singing since I was 2, playing the violin since I was 8, learned the viola in college as I was working on my music education degree. And it's just always been that thing for me that I could count on, that I knew was always going to be there for me no matter what. And it just is such a beautiful gift to have music in my life. And I love, as a teacher, being able to inspire and be able to teach voice and strings in a way that inspire others to want to utilize that, to always be able to have that in their life, to be able to sit down after a stressful day and be able to play their instrument or sing a song. And so this is such an amazing thing for me. But taking it a step further, I also love being able to be a support system for my students. And I have students of all ages. It's just not younger kids. I have students that are from elementary school into retiring years. But one thing I love is knowing that they can come into my house, into my studio, or they can see me on an online lesson, and I can be a safe place and a safe space for them to be able to just share whatever they're feeling. If they're having a bad day, if they're having a stressful day, I love knowing that I can be a safe space for them to share that. And the amazing thing is letting that go and having the music is just a beautiful way to heal the heart. So that leads me to the importance of being able to be a caregiver and being able to be a coach in a way that does not allow the life to be sucked out of me. And this is something that I have really had to be honest with over the last several years. What is happening and what has been happening is I have been attracting people in my life who are not really wanting my help and support. It appears to be that way, but that's not really what it is. What it really is people are trying to come in to take and suck up my energy and suck up my light. They're not really in a place where they're willing to do the work that is required to feel joy and feel connected. They're not willing to make the deep, dark confessions of the soul yet. What they're looking for is they're looking for someone, aka me in some moments. They're looking for someone to basically take that and absorb that for them so that they can be uplifted by my light and energy. And I can imagine that there are some of you out there right now that can very much relate to what this feels like. Because when you take on that caregiver role or that fixer role, if we're not aware of it, we can be giving everything that we have to people who are not really ready or wanting to receive it. And in doing that, we are sucking our life force energy out of us. We are generally, those of us are tired. I know I have problems with my weight fluctuating, especially when I'm stressed out. You can tell when I'm very stressed out because my weight will fluctuate and it's very hard for me to get it under control. I'm tired all the time when this happens. And many times it's hard for me to get clarity. Clarity is an important thing. So right now, I am giving you my soulfession. My soulfession is that I can no longer allow people to take from me. I can no longer allow myself to get sucked into that pattern because the constant variable in all the scenarios is me. And in order to have a true soulfession, you have to be willing to look deep within as to what is your choices and behaviors that are continuing the same pattern of behavior or the same end result with the people you're attracting. And if you are at a place in your life where you're tired of living in that way, the only way that you can even begin to take a step forward and to take a look at life in a different way is if you're ready for your soulfessions. If you're ready to really look at yourself and see what it is, see the patterns of behavior, see the ways in which you are, that can change. And in doing that, you have to remember to be gentle and kind to yourself. I know for me, when I start to see a similar pattern of behavior that I do, I have a tendency to then become angry with myself. And this is not the way to handle things either, because we are only where we're at because that is where we are meant to be. We have to learn the life lessons that are required for us to move forward and grow. And I can actually say, with a massive smile upon my face, that I finally got it. I finally get it. I have now set my boundaries. Does that mean I don't sometimes start to get sucked in a little? Yeah, I still start to get sucked in a little. We're human. It happens. But I recognize it now. I can see it now. I know what it looks and feels like. I know that I would not have gotten to that place if I wasn't willing to be honest with what it looked like. And I had to ask for help. So in that moment when I came up with the word soulfashion, when I reached out for help from an amazing group of women who supported me, when I said, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm feeling, this is my soulfashion, and I need help. That is the shift that needed to occur for me to really start to understand what it was that I needed to do to allow the pattern to change. And one of the things I did was I stated out loud to the universe, I have spent my entire life taking care and focusing on everyone else. Now is the time for me to focus on me. Now is the time for me to focus on me. And that's what I've been doing. I have been focusing on me. It feels amazing. It feels amazing. And that means that when I am focusing on me, I feel better inside. I feel more rested in the morning. I'm better able to make healthier choices in my life. I have clarity. I have clarity about the things that are important for my life. And this is a huge shift for me. And this is exactly why Soulfashions is needed now. Because I know that there are so many people out there who are ready, who feel ready, but are not sure exactly what the first step is. But you can see it. Many of you can see it. You can envision what that feels like to feel joy. And you can envision what life must feel like when it doesn't feel chaotic and crazy and people are just sucking everything out of you. So the first step of action is your soulfashion. Your second step of action is to share your soulfashion with someone who can support you in the way that you need. It is someone that can be an equal. It is someone that sees themselves, that are strong in who they are. It is someone that you can confess to that is going to really be able to fully support you. And if you haven't found that yet, I encourage you to start picturing what that person looks and feels like. What it looks and feels like to have a true friend or a true relative in your life that sees you for you, that is grounded in who they are, and that can support you in whatever way you need. So this week, it's Soulfashion time. Come on over to my Facebook page, Tune In with Molly, and sign up for my free class, I Love You More. It is a 5-day interactive class. We are going to be doing this in the Facebook group for 5 days, and I will get that date for you very soon. So stay tuned for that. But come on over to Tune In with Molly and join the Facebook group so that you can take this class, I Love You More. And I promise you, this class, I Love You More, is an amazing first step for you to be able to start focusing on you so that you can have your soulfession, so that you can live your life in the way that you're looking to want to live your life, where you imagine it with joy and peace and connection. You deserve it. We all deserve it. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a blessed and beautiful week. Thank you for tuning in with me today. If you are enjoying the podcast, please like it and share it with your friends and family. To learn more about my soul movement coaching, sound therapy, and other services, you can visit my website at www.tuneinwithmolly.com.